Hi, this is Pam from ROC Metaphysical. I'm here today doing another interview with some of my contributing writers. ROC Metaphysical is a metaphysical online magazine, and it's ROC, the letters, and then Metaphysical. It's a free online magazine, and I have people writing from all over New York. I'm in Rochester, New York, so I have a lot of Rochester writers, but then I also have writers from around the world. I've got folks in California, Arizona, Finland, England. I need some South American writers, so I'll put a shout out for that. And the articles are written by my contributors for free, which I think says a lot about the magazine and the intention of the writers, that they really want to share their information. So I think that's great. We also have a Facebook page associated with the magazine, just kind of to post fun things or maybe events that come up quickly. So there is a Facebook page, and you'll see that information on the thumbnail in the beginning of the YouTube video. Let's see, what else should I say? I have readers and writers from all over, and so today I've got Connie, Wake, and Sue Fiandach, who are contributing writers, and they write pretty frequently, and it has a lot to do with intuition and psychic mediumship. So I'm going to step back and let the two of them talk about their background, their trainings. They do have a store that they work together, and they've also written, I think it's 2 books. And so I'm going to step back and let you two ladies talk, and then we'll circle back at the end. So Sue, do you want to start off?
Sure. So I'm Sue Fiandach, and my partner there, Connie Wake.
Yes, I'm Connie Wake. Thank you.
We are the co-owners of the Purple Door in Rochester. This is a really fun learning center, retail, and service center. We are professional psychic mediums, and in our space we have 7 other psychic mediums, as well as 2 at this point energy medicine workers or energy healers. So we have a lot of experience coming from the retail side as well as from the service industry. So for myself, I've been a professional psychic medium since approximately 2006, and really throughout my life, from the time I was a small child, experiencing those that had passed, and then right up until 2001, where I did have a death experience that sort of solidified everything and truly changed my life. Sought out a place to manage, learn what I was dealing with in my life, deal with the misunderstandings and the fears that I had regarding who I was and what I was experiencing. And through that journey, I met Connie.
Yes, and you'll hear, if you read our books or you'll hear us on our videos or in our articles, you'll hear a lot of similar opposites between the two of us. I actually went into mediumship by accident, looking for a meditation group, and obviously didn't read the write-up very well, ended up in a mediumship program. But it is something that I learned as opposed to something as went through a childhood experience on. But my interest kind of came from the point of view of, how does this work? I'm a left brainer, I'll own that, working with admin kinds of things, information kind of things since I got out of high school. So I always looked at how things worked, why they worked that way. And between the two of us, going through what Sue's experiences and near-death experiences, then my questions of how that worked, we came up with what we think is a pretty contemporary understanding of mediumship and psychic phenomena as a output of the senses that we are naturally endowed with. It's just another sense. It's not a magical thing out there. It's something that's in here, and our brain knows how to use it once we tell it and work that muscle, if you want to say it that way.
Yeah, so we really look at psychic mediumship as part of our nature. It's part of our biology. It's our physiology. Our brain is a beautiful machine, and it picks up so much information. And we've come to understand that how the brain is working, a very rudimentary level. We're certainly not scientists, but we've come to that understanding of this is accessible information for all. So we're very, very firm on the feeling of this is not a gift given to a chosen few, but it is an ability. And like any ability, some people will be more naturally attuned to it, but others can learn it. And so the information that is around us all the time is readily accessible, but it is sort of learning a new language. And so Connie wrote an article for ROC Metaphysical, the May issue, and it was the force, right? The force be with you.
It's the disturbance in the force, actually. I took that tagline, and it really was meant to talk about what people were feeling in these chaotic times, because we are all connected, and there is this, wow, I couldn't sleep, all sorts of little things that we were hearing months before the coronavirus turned our lives upside down. And so we talk about the similarities with information's out there individually and collectively, and hence the disturbance in the force kind of thing.
All right, so I can pop in to say I've taken classes, and I'm more like Connie. I'm probably more left brain, and you know, the classes help you learn how to tune in, and that we all have abilities, but they're wide ranging and they can be different. So we're not always the same. And I think that's one of the things that they bring forward in their classes and in the writings, where you try to describe and explain so people will understand. And I think one of the things is it's scary, or if you've had experiences and you don't understand and you're trying to make it so that it's not scary, that it's something that we can manage, and everything is good, because we all have an ability. It's just how do we work with it if we want to.
Exactly. And the fears would really come from what we think we know. It's from what we've been taught, or what we've seen in movies, Hollywood, television, books, and even religious studies will come in, or what you've learned as a child, cultural beliefs, society. It's all of that stuff that forms an opinion about what psychic mediumship is, and that's what people are really afraid of what they think they know. When in actuality, it's really just getting in touch with your nature, with your intuitive self. And it's not scary at all. And thank you, Pam, for saying what you said, because we do believe that cookie cutter, this is not there's no cookie cutter mediumship. We're not going to tell you how to do your work. We're going to lead you to doing what you do to your best ability, to help another person as well as to help yourself. And through the studies, you do have a deeper, understanding of who you are, what your filters or your beliefs or old beliefs would be. And Connie quotes Wayne Dyer a lot, Connie, with that quote, if you want to take that.
Sure, it's I think it's one of my favorites. Change the way you look at things, and the way the things you look at change. And basically, it is it's not just a mediumship as a service to others, but it's a service to you, because you do recognize who you are, because the information comes through you, and it's colored that way, it's slanted that way. You can't deny that part. So the study of psychic, which means soul and self, really just has you look at yourself and those kinds of things, and you get a chance to change the way you look at things. And then you realize that the world is bigger, the universe is more connected. We do have more opportunities for synchronicities and those kinds of things. So not only psychic mediumship, energy healing, but the law of attraction. It's all this same great connection in the universe, and it just starts swirling around you. So we're just one little aspect of it.
Exactly. And so we've really created, through our books, which Connie's going to show you in a moment, through our books, everyday conversation series, Key to the Contemporary Medium, excuse me. That's our first book, Unlocking the Myths. And those are our concepts, our understandings of what we believe the nature of being a psychic medium is and what it is not. So we really try to bust through the old world. We always say that a lot of new age belief systems are very antiquated, very old feelings and very old thoughts. So we do try to bust through that. It's an easy read book. It's really fun. And then we created I've been teaching an intro course for Introduction to Evidential Psychic Mediumship for 12, 13 years now. And so Connie and I actually put this process or this class into a workbook, which again is everyday conversations. This is a student guide to the daily medium, and it's unlocking your potential. And so it is all about the step-in process that we use to allow you to become aware of your intuitive senses. There's no meditating, there's no candle lighting, incense burning, there's nothing like that. It's just you connecting with yourself first, understanding how you receive information, and then putting it into a communication or an interpretation, aka a reading. So it is a class in workbook form. Both of those are available on Amazon. The first book, the text, Unlocking the Myths, is also available as an ebook. The workbook is not. The workbook is a paper book.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we wind up?
Well, we do have another book that's going to be coming out probably in the next 6 months.
Oh, okay.
A lot of fun, a lot of stories, and different ways to understand paranormal things.
Oh.
So that's a little ditty for you. Yeah, a lot of fun. The store is going to be opening on Friday, tomorrow, May 15th, for curbside. Yep. We are currently doing our reading services either by phone or on this format through Zoom. So people can call the store, 585-427-8110, or go to our website, the Purple Door, soulsource.com. We're also doing energy sessions, energy wellness sessions by phone and by Zoom. It's all energy, so you really don't have to be there to have it work.
Right, and the store is located in Rochester, New York, and it's the Winjeff Plaza?
Yes.
Okay.
We're along the side of the plaza, and like Sue said, curbside service for phase 1 in New York. And then I think retail officially opens in a couple weeks after that. So we'll be back in business. We call it inspirational retail, as well as our services will pick up probably in 4 weeks, I believe, but in-person services. But you'll see us online all the time. So we have classes online as well. So check us out.
Right, you do have a pretty busy teaching schedule, because I know when I get the newsletter, there is a lot of classes on a variety of things.
Yes, and they're pretty much all available. It's just not about psychic
mediumship. It's, energy work or animal communication and.
Right.
Yes, empath classes. We're going to be having some art classes coming up. We've got energy work classes that all can be done online and on Zoom, and we've had great response with it. It's a lot of fun.
All right. Well, I just want to thank you ladies for joining us. So they are contributing writers. You will see them most months, not always, because they're busy ladies. But, if you're interested, read their articles, and there is information at the bottom of their article with their address and phone number if you want to reach out, if you find that, something speaks to you and you want to get in contact. So I guess I'm going to hit the stop record button in hopes that technology is going to work. So I thank you guys, and let's see if I can get this to stop.